I had embarked on this journey seeking adventure, but little did I know that I would find a connection that transcended words. It all began in a quaint park where time seemed to slow down, and the world faded away as I caught sight of her. She was sitting on a weathered bench, engrossed in a book that seemed to have her undivided attention. As I approached, a gust of wind swept through the park, lifting a loose page from her notebook into the air. It twirled and danced like a leaf caught in an autumn breeze, and as if guided by destiny itself, the paper found its way into my outstretched hand. With a gentle smile, I extended the page toward her, and our eyes met in a moment that felt like an eternity. There was a fleeting hesitation before a warm smile graced her lips, and a rosy blush dusted her cheeks. Her eyes spoke volumes. Gratitude mingled with curiosity as she reached out to take back her drawing. The page was a delicate sketch of a blooming rose, its petals caught in mid-unfurl, frozen in time. I couldn't help but be captivated by her talent, the way she had captured the essence of the flower's growth. I pointed to the page she had been working on, and then mimicked drawing with an inquisitive raise of my eyebrow. She chuckled softly, responding with a nod, and then gesturing towards the book I had been reading, a question in her eyes. With a smile, I showed her the cover, and as we exchanged gestures, an unspoken dialogue unfolded. A sideways glance and a tap on my own chest asked about my background, and I reciprocated by tracing a line in the air, indicating my journey here. In those silent moments, as signals and gestures flowed between us, we learned about each other without uttering a single word, our unspoken language building a bridge that neither distance nor language could obstruct. Our first connection was made through that intricate drawing, a silent conversation between two souls who yearned to understand each other. And though we couldn't converse in the conventional sense, we found our own way of communicating. Our exchanges were silent yet profound, a knowing smile, a shy glance, and the gentle brush of our hands as we passed by each other. The park itself became our meeting place, a space where our unspoken language blossomed into something beautiful. Every morning, I would arrive with a freshly picked flower and leave it on the bench where she sat. It was my way of saying hello, of letting her know that I was thinking of her. She reciprocated with a heartwarming gesture of her own, a delicate sketch in her notebook, left for me to discover. Our messages were related to the fabric of the park, forming a tapestry of emotions that only we could understand. With each passing day, our silent interactions grew bolder. I brought 2 cups of coffee, leaving one on the bench beside her. She would draw a small heart in the condensation on the cup to let me know she appreciated the gesture. Sometimes we would sit side by side, reading our separate books, but feeling each other's presence like a warm embrace. The park became a canvas for our unspoken feelings. We exchanged secrets through the rustling of leaves and shared dreams through the playful dance of sunlight. Our connection deepened, rooted in the simplicity of our gestures and the genuine emotions they carried. Love was blooming between us, nurtured by the language of the heart. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the leaves turned into hues of gold, I arrived at the park with a small notebook and a pen. Sitting beside her, I hesitated for a moment before writing down a simple sentence in her language. "I want to know your name." I passed her the notebook, and as she read the words, her eyes glistened with surprise and delight. With a warm smile, she took the pen and wrote her name, followed by a question. "Why did you choose this park?" I answered by sketching a heart, an arrow, and a question mark. She laughed softly and wrote, "Fate brought us together." Our exchanges became more intricate as the notebook transformed into a shared diary. We poured our thoughts onto the pages, translating our emotions into words that were now understandable to both of us. The barrier that once separated us was now crumbling, replaced by a bridge of understanding built on patience and the desire to connect. As winter covered the park in a blanket of snow, our love story reached its crescendo. Our notebooks were filled with conversations, dreams, and declarations of affection. With every page turned, our bond grew stronger, fortified by the journey we had embarked upon. Today we still visit the park, though our conversations have evolved to spoken words. Our journey from silent gestures to shared laughter and the profound beauty of a love that found its own way to flourish unhindered by words fueled by the whispers of the heart.